Sandra Bullock scattered the ashes of her late partner Bryan Randall in the ocean at their special place in the Bahamas where they are pictured kissing on the beach. Sandra Bullock is planning to say her final goodbye to the man she called the love of her life in a place that held special meaning for them both, DailyMail.com has learned. According to insiders, the 59-year-old Oscar-winning actress is considering returning to the Three B's in the Bahamas to scatter Bryan Randall's ashes in the sea. Randall passed away at the beginning of the month after secretly suffering from ALS for years. It was at this luxury resort on Harbor Island that, DailyMail.com revealed, she and Randall, 57, exchanged vows in 2017, just 3 years before his devastating diagnosis with ALS. The source said, the place was just so special to them both. They would take over the entire island so they could just be themselves. It was a place where they shared some of their happiest times together and with the kids and friends. They would go there for weeks at a time. It holds a lot of meaning, and it just makes sense for that to be where she says goodbye to him. Seen for the first time here today, exclusive images obtained by DailyMail.com show the couple kissing on the beach on the island that was, the source said, magical to them. Other exclusive images show Randall, carefree and happy, playing in the turquoise waters with the Bahamas' famous swimming pigs. Randall's daughter, Skylar Staten Randall, 29, took receipt of her father's ashes last week. A representative of Hollywood Forever Cemetery made the somber delivery to her Los Angeles apartment just 3 days after he passed away. According to the source, Sandra has taken Skylar under her wing since her father passed. Bullock and Randall never married but exchanged vows on the beach in the Bahamas in an intimate ceremony witnessed by friends and family on December 31, 2017. Video obtained by DailyMail.com shows the couple dancing the night away following the ceremony, which was not legally binding but saw the couple declare their love for each other in a ceremony which, one who was there said, was to kind of seal the deal. The insider said, Sandra didn't want to get married after her experience of getting divorced from Jesse James back in 2010. But she and Bryan really wanted to have something for the children, to kind of seal the deal and show them it was a forever thing. Afterwards Louis, now 13, and Layla, 11, started calling Bryan Dad, the source revealed. Dressed in a kaftan, her hair in braids and flip-flops on her feet, this was the low-key affair that Bullock wanted. For his part, Randall, his white shirt open at the neck, also in flip-flops, baseball cap and casual black pants, appears entirely caught up in his bride and the moment. The ceremony marked the culmination of a 14-day trip to our Pod Busson's Three B's villa. The exclusive retreat is owned by the French financier who was once married to Elle Macpherson and later fathered a daughter with Uma Thurman. One who was there explained, it was Bryan's birthday on December 31st, so it's like they wanted to celebrate everything all at once. Bullock has only been seen once since her partner passed away, when she was photographed driving in Beverly Hills with her dog on her lap. Randall had wanted his battle with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, to be kept private, and across all the years of his struggle both his family and his lover respected that wish. In recent months, the secrecy in which his treatment was shrouded was misinterpreted and taken as proof that the couple had broken up or that their relationship was on the rocks. In truth, whatever strains his illness placed on their relationship, DailyMail.com has been told the couple was more together than ever at the time of his death. Bullock secretly oversaw the round-the-clock care required by her partner of 8 years, who spent his last months closeted away in her Beverly Hills home. One insider told DailyMail.com, Sandra kept Bryan hidden away in the back of the house. It's so big that you could conceal what was going on with him, but towards the end she really didn't let people into the home beyond the doctors and nurses who were looking after him. The source said, it was quite convenient for them to have these rumors that they'd broken up because it helped conceal what was really going on. It was easier to let people assume they hadn't seen him because they were no longer together. In fact, the couple was struggling with the new and bleak reality of Randall's illness, a sickness for which there is no cure and a degenerative disease that affects the nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. ALS sufferers usually die of respiratory failure within 2 to 5 years of diagnosis, though a small percentage can survive up to 10 years. Randall is understood to have been ill for 3 years. One source told DailyMail.com the relationship was absolutely strained by it, and it was really hard for the children. He had been living in one of her Malibu properties for a while just because it was nicer for him to be there, by the ocean, and I think some people assumed they had split because it looked like they were living separately, but there weren't. She'd have the house stocked up with everything he needed, and his nurses would go there. The couple met when Randall was hired to take photographs at a birthday party for Bullock's oldest child, Louis, in 2015. He was the first serious relationship for the actress since her split from ex-husband James, who had cheated on her. Bullock and Randall went public in October 2015 when he was on the actress's arm at the premiere of her movie, Our Brand is Crisis. According to those within the couple's circle, they were all but inseparable from there on in, with Randall accompanying Bullock to press junkets, movie premieres, and becoming a firm fixture on set when she was on location filming. But the first public indication that all was not well came in 2020 when, a source revealed, Bryan didn't travel with Sandra to Vancouver where she was filming The Unforgivable. Until then, he had traveled everywhere with her along with her trainer, the nannies, security, and the children. They tended to travel by bus when possible. Randall was once again absent from his lover's side during filming for The Lost City, which took place in the Dominican Republic, May to August 2021. That December, Bullock appeared on Red Table Talk and referred to Randall as the love of my life, but there was no sign of him in March 2022 when she presented The Lost City at South by Southwest in Austin, where her production company Fortis Films is headquartered. During this time, DailyMail.com understands that Bullock also introduced strict COVID testing protocol, which was still in place at her Beverly Hills residence at the time of Randall's death. According to one insider, she just stopped letting people in the house. All the testing was done outside, at the pool house, 2, even 3 times a week. It was a huge undertaking, and the general understanding was that it was because Bryan was in there, in the back of the house, receiving care. It was a horrible situation. It got so the children and even Sandra wanted him out of the house at some times. He was seeing a psychologist too at one point. I don't know if that was because of the progression of the illness or the mental toll of coping with it. Randall's troubled past came out soon after his romance with Bullock became public, as he was accused of being a one-time deadbeat dad and drug addict. He was in rehabilitation for drug abuse when his then-fiancée Janine Staton was pregnant with their daughter in the early 1990s and, according to multiple sources, was not present during Skylar's early life. Court documents show that at one time he was ordered to pay 10 months in backdated child support totaling nearly $2,000. However, relatives have since said that he manned up to his responsibilities as a father after heroin addict Janine died of a drugs overdose, leaving him as the guardian for his daughter, who was then 14. According to an insider, Skylar, now 30, had long had a difficult relationship with her father, but she visited him at Bullock's Los Angeles home and had made peace with him before his death. The source said he was on oxygen and all sorts of medication. His mother and his daughter visited a few months ago at different times, and it felt like they both knew it might be the last time they saw him. Meanwhile, under Randall's influence, according to a friend, Bullock's social circle dwindled. The friend said she stopped throwing her annual Easter parties. They used to do big Thanksgivings and Christmas in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, but she really has a very small group of friends these days, and when she does see them, she goes to their homes. She wouldn't let anyone come to her place anymore unless it was outside by the pool. DailyMail.com has been told that among the very few exceptions to that rule were Randall's close friend, actor and star of Lost, Josh Holloway, and his wife Jessica, who stayed at Bullock's house and visited with him earlier this year. But for the most part, the only regular visitors to the house were members of the team of medical experts, including specialists, highly skilled nursing staff, and ultimately hospice care. The source said, it was just a horrible situation for them all, but she didn't abandon him no matter how tough it got.